Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mind Juice. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and enjoyed themselves. Um, Over the last couple days, I was able to come across another interview that Enan Harsh, the neighbor of the Idaho victims, had done. And there's very interesting parts of that I've spliced out and commented on. I won't talk long here. If your only interest uh, is to see the most important part of this whole video, I just ask that you hold on for a good 10 minutes here and watch all the way through what I have to offer you here. And add in the comments below what you think. I'm curious what this says. In particular, one thing I'll state, Enan references a memory that he has 2 weeks before these girls' murders. And it involves him picking up two hitchhikers when he's flirting with a girl who he thinks is cute. And he, Enan, the person who's giving these guys a ride, believes that the guy in the back seat was sketched out by him. So much in so as he believed the guy in the back seat thought that Enan may stab him. It's very interesting. As you'll see that follows, I won't say anymore. But I hope you guys enjoy. This is my fourth installment in the channel. My content isn't anywhere near where I'd like it to be. I have all the ideas and all the thoughts in the world, but unfortunately I'm not that good at the video editing. So if you bear with me, I promise those aspects will get better. Take care and hope everyone stays warm.
Apparently, Steve Gonzalez said that there were apparently gouges instead of stab wounds, and that the coroner that I tried to call like fucking multiple times.
Okay, not to make it too big a deal, but right when the host here mentions that, look at him direct right to the side, almost if like behaviorally you would say he's reflecting. Look at that. It's almost like he's a smirk. He likes the spirals in the story. So let's go right here.
Yesterday, that apparently Steve Gonzalez.
See, watch his whole expression. It's almost like happy and like recalling like. What would you be happy about? Like, why is that why is that enjoyable? Ready?
Said that there were apparently gouges instead of stab wounds, and that
Look at that smile. Like he's proud of his work almost.
The coroner that.
See, he just glanced over there to the right.
Tried to call.
You kind of wonder as it drags on, like how much it actually helps, like law enforcement, and to actually find the killers.
So this is interesting right here. Scouts to the head, which I'm not saying means anything, but he just nonchalantly references the killers as in plural.
Find the killers.
Oh, exactly. See, and that's why I invited you, in fact.
And the reason I say that is because later on in this interview, which you'll see, he does refer to killers again as in plural. And he also shows a curiosity to anybody else that also thinks there's two. So, which is weird because I've always thought it was one person, but what's he revealing by subconsciously saying that? All right. What he talks about here, Enan, he brings up a memory from a few weeks before the murder, which he refers to as snowing sometime in November. Can't really recall, which is odd, because he seemingly remembers a lot from that specific night. But listen to this scenario he's about to give here. And then I will comment afterwards, okay? But listen to this response. It's quite surprising.
And yeah, that's kind of, the only like other thing I found that was kind of interesting is a couple weeks, I don't want to say a couple weeks, but a few weeks before, I picked up a couple of hitchhikers on campus, right? They were trying to go to the next party and it was really cold and they're like, we're not trying to walk or whatever. and they were going to a couple houses down. They're going to like a party over there or whatever, and like the girl's pretty cute. She was kind of
They were going a couple houses down, a party over there. But they're hitchhiking, which to me is weird because hitchhiking is like 70s, 80s. I don't really hear like, I was a socialite, I guess you can say, at the college campus. I went out every weekend and kind of know that context. And where there's a lot of people stumbling around or, but to hitchhike for a ride if you're going a few houses like that's weird. Remember, this is his recall of a story.
on me, and I was like, oh, this girl's pretty cool. The dude in the back was like, he was a little bit sketched out.
So I'll go back a little bit. He's trying to state that this girl's really cute and she's kind of hitting on me. Then he references the dude in the back. Sorry. Stick with me here.
The only like other thing I found that was kind of interesting is a couple weeks, I don't want to say a couple weeks, but a few weeks before, I picked up a couple of hitchhikers on campus, right? They were trying to go to the next party and it was really cold and they're like, we're not trying to walk or whatever. And they were going to a couple houses down. They're going to like a party over there or whatever. And like the girl's pretty cute. She was kind of hitting on me, and I was like, oh, this girl's pretty cool. The dude in the back was like, he was a little bit sketched out. He's like, yo, like, people know where we are if you try to kill us. Like, people know where we are. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, bro. I'm just like, talking to this girl. She's pretty cute.
So he's recalling this story. So if the guy in this situation, you pick up a girl with a guy, I mean, for you to think that she's hitting on you, I mean, you already know she's really cute, or he believes that. I mean, chances of her hitting on you when she's with another dude, I mean, she's probably with him. Maybe she's being bubbly and polite because, you're giving them a ride. But then the dude, for some reason, as he's even saying here, is suspicious and even verbalizing that. Like, dude, if you do anything, something's got to make him feel that way, right?
And like, you're like thinking, I'm not going to stab you. I'm literally just giving you a ride here. Oh, I had to get some gas first. So maybe they were like a little bit sketched out. We took like a detour. But
he just suggested that he believed the other guy was like, oh, I think I'm going to stab you. Like, he says stab you. And then he goes on to say he can understand why they were a little sketched out because he took a detour to get gas first. I thought you said it's a couple houses down, the next party down. You're going to give him a quick ride, which wouldn't be that long. Why would you take a detour to get gas before you take them there? I mean, if it's as close as you're suggesting, they would get there quicker walking. Avoid the cold, but get there quicker walking. But just listen to that again, how weird this is. He's saying 2 weeks before he picks up two people trying to be helpful. And he's recounting that a guy in the back was sketchy of him. And he believes that this guy was afraid he was going to stab him. Why would he have a fear of you stabbing him? Why would you think that he had a fear of you stabbing him? I mean, this is a cook. He does a lot of cooking. Nicer his art. Let's say he works 40 hours a week. He's got knives in his hands 40 hours a week, guys. Let's say 35 because he's got other miscellaneous tasks he does while he's working. But I mean, come on. This is a guy who uses long knives, butcher knives, machete type knives, 35 hours a week, full time. He's skilled. And this is the recount he has. Just figures it might be kind of right to add. But listen how he reasons this off.
Hold on. When was this?
This was like, I think November, like early November. I remember it was snowing, so it was winter, but it was like a little bit ago. But it was.
Listen how distant he is from that. It was November. It was a little snowy. The murders happened on 9/13, and you can recall 2 license plates off of cars that were out of state. Possibly a white launch. I mean, you can recall vivid details of after you're trying to sleep for a half hour, you hear a neighbor's car door shut. But a week or two before that, you're not quite sure if it was the right month. But yeah, there's snow there. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Does not add up. But overall, this story that he adds here is so... Oh, man. It's odd. It's odd.
Yeah, it was winter, so pretty recently, but not, like,
And then I'll give this to you here unfiltered. I won't interrupt. Just listen to it again through one more time.
yeah, that's kind of, the only like other thing I found that was kind of interesting is a couple weeks, I don't want to say a couple weeks, but a few weeks before, I picked up a couple of hitchhikers on campus, right? They were trying to go to the next party and it was really cold and they're like, we're not trying to walk or whatever. And they were going to a couple houses down, they're going to like a party over there or whatever. And like the girl's pretty cute. She was kind of hitting on me, and I was like, "Oh, this girl's pretty cool." The dude in the back was like, he was a little bit sketched out. He's like, "Yo, like, people know where we are. If you try to kill us, like, people know where we are." And I was like, "Okay, that's kind of weird, bro. I'm just like, talking to this girl. She's pretty cute, and like, you're like thinking I'm not gonna stab you. I'm literally just giving you a ride here. Oh, I had to get some gas first, so maybe they were like a little bit sketched out. We took like a detour, but
Hold on. When was this?
this is like, I think November, like early November. I remember it was snowing, so it was winter, but it was like a little bit ago. But it was yeah, it was winter, so pretty recently, but not like it was a while, like a little bit a while ago. But yeah, they were from. What was interesting to me is they were from Coeur d'Alene, and I know some of the people that were in the house are also from Coeur d'Alene, and just like the dude being like sketched out, like it kind of gave me like a vibe. I was like, did someone in Moscow like threaten him earlier or something? Like, is there some like weird dude? And this dude's like, like scared or something? Because he brought it up multiple times, and I was just like, I didn't think I was very scary, but like, I guess when you're hitchhiking, whatever. But they were only going like, like half a mile or whatever. But after events, like I've been thinking about it. I'm like, yo, like, what if this dude was threatened by somebody? Like, what if there's like some guy like going around who's making people feel really uncomfortable? So I don't know. I don't really think anything of it. I think it was just like the dude was really drunk. He went on a detour to get some gas and he thought something, but I don't know. Like after these recent events, like maybe there is something more to it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the person that he sketched out about is you. I don't know. That's just a weird scenario, and then just suggests that another person might have the fear of you stabbing them. It's quite odd, given that you're a chef, using knives all the time, and that was the weapon used.
I don't think there's very many cameras. Like in general, my apartment didn't have really any lights or cameras. Like it was like a really kind of dark area. They recently put up lights and like motion sensor cameras that go out after like a certain hours, I think. I'm sure some like neighbors had some cameras, but this is Moscow. I'd be surprised if there were any in that area. You know what I mean? Like people leave their doors unlocked here before this. People leave their windows unlocked. Like this is a safe town, close to their doors, which is on the other side. And if you go the other side, then like it's like kind of like a dark parking lot, and it's right above that house. And usually it's only full when there's like parties and like other people are trying to use this parking lot. But like I would go over there and spin fire sometimes just because it's like, it's like kind of off in the corner, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think if someone was doing it, that would be a place to go in and out without being seen or really heard. The only people that go over there is like people who take their dogs out and stuff, and not very many people taking their dogs out at 3 a.m. or whatever. So yeah, the back of the house was definitely, that's where the yard is too, and that's where they have their small little gatherings. So it's like you can park anywhere on that side of the hill, and you can just walk down, and there's their sliding door. Yeah, I wasn't home though, so if they tried to knock on my door, they didn't get me. So yeah, they said the FBI was going around asking questions.
For obvious reasons, I'm gonna ask you: are you the killer?
No, I think that's obvious to anyone who's not a, completely stupid or a flat earther or, I don't know. I guess it might look kind of crazy, just because of my life or whatever, but
So with what he's saying here, might look kind of crazy with his life. I get his perspective. I read his Reddits, his AMAs, his perspective on drugs and government not being a mother. I respect that. I have no hate there. I think all drugs should be illegal too. Legal too, for a variety of reasons. Help with addiction, be good for the economy, a lot of reasons. But I'm not going to get into that here. I understand his philosophy a little bit, but his response to being asked if he's the killer, and then look, he's looking over here. If you'll notice, he looks out that window over and over and over. And when he references hearing a scream in that vicinity, he looks over there. Is this window look over at that house? I don't know his apartment's location well enough, but I mean, it's almost like you know what I mean? Like that's his art. That's his canvas, so to say. Not to be so morbid, but I catch little things like that, I guess.